I'm joined by the one and only victorious Renato Money Moicano. Let's go.
Let's go, Bisping. How you feeling, my brother?
How you doing? How are you feeling? That eye looks kind of nasty.
Yeah, I'm like you, all in one eye, Bisping. Huh?
Son of a bitch.
Huh? No, I'm joking. I'm feeling great. How about you, my friend?
I'm fantastic. I've always got a smile on my face when I'm talking to you. I mean, your fight on Saturday, incredible fight. Congratulations on a great victory. As always, the post-fight speech. Daniel Cormier didn't even need to ask you a question.
Yeah, and I was just crazy, and I don't know why, because I didn't even get the finish. If I finish the fight, you can say, "Hi, you emotional and this and that," but I don't know. I see the mic, I see he coming, and I say, "Man, I'm gonna talk a lot of shit."
Well, how long was that? Was it close to 2 years, right, or about 18 months since your last fight?
Yeah, long time. I don't even know. The last time that I fought was before Dober was November 22, right? So 1 month and 14 months, something like that. Yeah, I had a big knee injury, meniscus repair. So I had been working a lot on my knee. Now my knee is strong, and I don't want to stop anymore. I want to fight and fight and fight.
Yeah, well, we want to see you fight, and we want to see you talk as well, and we want to see you get the money. I was just talking to my producer, Harrington, a second ago before you joined us. In the first round, Drew Dober's deadly on the feet, right? He caught you with a couple of shots, but you got him down. You were dominating the ground positions. In the second round, you guys hit the canvas, and all of a sudden, you can see the damage on your face. You were covered in blood. You had a big swelling. What was that? Was that a clash of heads or was it a punch?
It was the clash of heads. Today on my YouTube video, if your audience want to watch, I showed the moment that we clashed the heads. Was not intentional, but you can see clearly, and I was not seeing with this eye, on the second round, so that gave me a lot of trouble. But Dober is tough on the feet. He one of the best lightweights in the world, especially on striking, right? Especially on striking. I think he's the number one knockout guy on the lightweight. So I had to do my homework. I had to clinch. I had to put him down because, he was good at striking.
Yeah, no, of course. He's deadly. He's fantastic. We got to say, congratulations to your father. 62 years old. The man's got another child on the way.
Crazy, right? He's crazy, man. He's crazy. And I think he was trying this for a long time, because 6 years ago he had a daughter, but he wants another boy, and he was trying, and then like a couple of days ago he had a son, and now we're going to Brazil to meet him, to meet the brother, and it's going to be amazing. My father is just a crazy guy.
He must be proud of you, man. He must be proud of you. And you said you're going to try for another baby as well. You're going to follow in the footsteps soon as you got home.
Yeah, we have to. And I didn't have the time yet, brother. I just got home, and like interviews, I don't say, okay, career first, but then I will have my vacation, and who knows, maybe another Moicano Jr. on the way.
Yeah. Well, congratulations and good luck. Did you see the internet after your speech? Because people love watching you fight, of course, but on the microphone, man, you are money, pardon the pun. And the internet just exploded. Like, everybody loves you, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. I saw that, and I didn't know why, because, man, I keep telling shit. I keep in with this broken English, but you know what? I'm speaking my mind, and I think people are liking.
Well, that's what people do like. When people are being themselves, when they're being authentic, that really resonates with people. You were talking that you want to join the SWAT. You want to join the police and be in the SWAT when you're done with fighting. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Why SWAT? Because imagine you don't say, I want to be an MMA fighter. You say, I want to be a UFC fighter, right? So I want to be a police officer to serve the community, to serve the country that I'm living in. Even though I'm Brazilian, I believe the principles that America was founded on, right? Liberty, freedom of speech, a free market society, private property. I believe in all that, on all that principles. And I think a huge part of that is law enforcement, and being law enforcement, serve the community, and still to be able to be part of an elite team that they are the good guys, right? I want that, especially because nowadays I see a lot of other fighters join the police and trying to keep doing something, right? Because after you're done, some people they just go crazy. And like I say, I want to use that as a platform to help the community and to help the country that I'm living on.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, man. And it sounds, I mean, what a career opportunity as well. I mean, that does sound like a lot of fun. You go from kicking ass in the octagon
100%.
to then obviously, you're doing a service, but
you got it. You're a fighter. You got it. You fucking got it.
On the SWAT team, we'll get a reality TV show around it. Money Moicano and Bisping.
Could not be better than that, man. Could not be better than that, man. That's going to be that's going to be amazing, Bisping. You a fighter, you know what I'm talking about. Some people don't know, but fighters, they have something. You want to be like a special force team, something like that. That disciplined fighters. And after we done, we have to find something. And I decide that I want to serve in the police, especially in a team that's very, very, very high professional and good in what they do and doing the good things. So that's why my whole speech was about that.
Yeah, no, well done. And we can't wait to see you back in there. How does the eye feel? Because I see a lot of blood. Yeah, it's very bloodshot and a bit of bruising. Is it just superficial? I mean, how painful is that now?
It's just superficial. I'm not feeling much pain. I'm feeling pain in my shoulder. I had an injury on like couple weeks before the fight, right? So, but everybody does. I know, like sparring sessions. Man, if you got to a fight and you're not hurt, you're not training right. Bisping is a champion. He can tell us how many fights did you fight that you was 100%. Nobody is. So I had couple injuries, but nothing major. The eye is okay. In 30 days, I will be clear to get back to training and to compete. And I want to compete as soon as possible. I'm not getting any younger. I'm just getting older. So I have to take advantage of this opportunity that's presented himself. I'm getting momentum. People are talking about my name. So I just want to see who is the next victim. I just want to know who is the next victim to train and to get over there and do my thing.
Well, you tell me, who is the next victim? In a perfect world, who would you want?
Paddy Pimblett, I think that's a fight that, because today he called me out, right? And now that's not gonna, he called me out. That's not gonna be, you cannot say my name and don't get it. Now he going to get the smoke. He went to my Instagram because I was saying that he should suppose fight Drew Dober, right? Because he's acting tough. But let me tell you something. Paddy Pimblett with this team, doing like that, Drew Dober gonna smoke him. And I say that on Twitter, but he got all mad and he say, why would I fight Drew Dober if I can smoke you? And he sent me that on Instagram, and I made a video.
He messaged you that?
He messaged me, yes. He messaged me on my stories and tag my name. And I say, okay, now you are in trouble. UFC not gonna protect you because you start that shit, brother. I was not talking about your name, but guess what? If they put me against this in Brazil, UFC 301, I can guarantee you I finished them on the first round.
That is actually a great matchup, if you ask me, because listen, we know he just fought Tony Ferguson, and Tony Ferguson is a legend, but his best days are behind him. He's going to have to fight somebody ranked. What are you, like 13, 14 right now?
13, but I should be number 5 at this point. No. Bisping, listen to me. I was number 4 on the 45, right? And then you have this guy BSD, number 13, fighting Dustin Poirier. And then people are going to talk about rankings, my brother. How you beat Frevola, and then you are number 13, and now you're going to fight Dustin Poirier, a legend. Dustin Poirier is a legend. Nobody doubt that. Beat McGregor 2 times. How he going to do that jump? So rankings, doesn't matter. They matter a little bit, but in the end of the day, is the fight that people want to see. And and I can bet you people want to see me against Paddy Pimblett, and that's going to be a good fight. So UFC, stop protecting this and put him against good competition. And that competition has a name, Money Moicano, UFC, Brazil. And I get it. Maybe he's afraid to go to Brazil. Maybe Brazil is too violent for him. I can go to London, right? They have a UFC on London. And guess what? I will beat your ass in front of your queen. Not anymore because not the queen, the king. Okay? The king. And I know you England guy, but don't give me that shit, brother. I will beat Paddy Pimblett on your town.
So it looks like they're going to have a UFC event in the UK around summer. So in a perfect world,
when is summer? I don't get it. When is summer? Months. Talk about months.
I don't know if it's been announced, so I can't say it. Summer is all we're saying.
No. Now you say you have to say. What's the month? What's the month? The summer?
Yeah, I don't know if it's been announced. I'm hearing maybe London.
But we start to talk. Now we have to finish. You're a champion, Bisping. Let's go, Bisping.
I know. But I can't be breaking news. It's not my business. But you, Paddy, in the UK, how do you beat Paddy? How does that fight go down?
But I'm asking
because I think it makes all the sense in the world.
I think it does. But let me see when is summer because I'm dumb. I don't know. I have to know.
Well, it's June, July, August.
Okay, that's good. June is okay. I can beat this in June, but
July.
I'm not waiting too much. 34 years old. I have to go. And if you want that smoke, just send me the contract, Paddy Pimblett. Easy money. I'm gonna make you easy money, my brother. Finish on the first round.
What do you think of Paddy? Because he talks a lot. I mean, so do you. I mean, that's what we do. I talked a lot of shit as well. What do you make of Paddy?
He's trying to make himself a name in UFC, right? And I think he could be a good fighter, right? I remember his fighting against Luigi Vendramini, and I know Luigi Vendramini. Luigi Vendramini is tough, and he was losing, and then he beat. So I think he has a good team. Now I'm gonna every time that I talk shit about the fight is because I want to get the fight. But I will be honest with you, I think he can take a punch. I think his chin is good, but I do think that he lack some defense on the striking. Especially when he's walking forward, like his chin is up high. I think his wrestling is not top notch. I think he has a good jiu-jitsu, but only jiu-jitsu is not gonna get you to the rankings, you know. You know better than I'm, Bisping. You have to have a good striking and a solid wrestling and a good cardio. And as far as I am concerned, his cardio is not the greatest too. So I see a lot of holes, but I see that he has a lot of things to improve, and with his popularity and how UFC likes him, I think he can do it. The only problem is he's going to be a better fighter after I finish him on the first round. I'm gonna give him experience, and then he can move up and be a better fighter. But when I fight him, I will finish in the first.
All right. Okay. Well, that's a solid call out. It's a pretty fair assessment of his skills, to be honest. I mean, as fighters, as we're going up, as we're working our way through the rankings, we're always getting better. We're always improving. I think what you pointed out there, you know, the chin, he does carry the chin a little bit high, but that can be corrected. He can work on that. But, you know, I mean, he's what is that? Five wins in a row now in the UFC. All right, he had a close one with Jared Gordon. Could have went.
No, don't say that close one. It was not a close one. You know, it was not a close one, Bisping. Do you really think it was a close?
I had Jared winning the fight. But okay. It's not. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
It wasn't the worst decision we ever saw.
Maybe it was the worst decision ever. Maybe it was the worst decision ever in the UFC. Are you kidding me? That was the worst decision ever in the UFC. But okay, I got it. And to be very honest with you, it was a little bit close, but he definitely lost the fight. Yeah. But again, he's on the books. Nobody cares, right? He got the W. And exactly. Now, let's move on. We don't talk anymore. This is not news anymore. Everybody knows that. So yeah. To be fair, he's 5-0, 4-0. I don't even know. But let me tell you something. I'm being really honest. If Paddy Pimblett wants to fight, let me know. we make the contract. I don't want any drama. Maybe I'm not waiting for him. You know, Frevola was waiting for him for almost 2 years trying to get the fight. I'm not like that. If he doesn't want to fight, okay, I will move on and I will climb the rankings. Okay, we have Dan Hooker, Jarlin Turner, Benil Dariush. I think Benil Dariush should be a great fight for me, especially him coming off 2 losses. You know, him being a jiu-jitsu guy. We can see who is the better on the ground, and I'm pretty sure it's me. You know, it's my time, money time, and I'm coming. If Paddy Pimblett doesn't want the smoke, someone else will get it. Maybe will be Benil Dariush.
Well, make no mistake, someone's going to get it. I like the Paddy call. I think it actually, for both of you, makes a lot of sense. And with you having a big personality and with you getting a bigger and bigger star, I think it's a sensational matchup. What do you like to do away from mixed martial arts? What does Renato Money Moicano do when he's not on the Renato Money Moicano YouTube channel? Is it Money Moicano?
Money Moicano channel, yes.
So subscribe and ring the bell to that, everybody, please. But what do you like to do in your free time, Renato?
Fuck, Bisping, I'm going to show you that. But I'm trying to learn more about economics, you know? So, Economics. I'm trying to like, this is Portuguese.
Investor intelligent.
Yeah, the smart investor for Warren Buffett. And like, I'm trying to read this too, but everybody in Portuguese, the 6 lesson of Mises. So I'm trying to learn more about economics and politics and all that shit because I don't know. Back in the day, I used to be very don't care about these things, but more I get older, I want to know how the world works. You know, why we pay so many taxes, why the government is like that. So I don't know. I'm spending my days on trying to figure things out for me, for my family.
And that's what life's all about. I'm doing the same thing, brother. I'm still trying to figure this out. So far, so good, but it can always be better. And education is the tool. How many children you got?
I have only one, and one is coming.
For now.
No, I want to have a big family. I think that was something that we had, especially on Western throughout the ages, you know, big family, nuclear family, a lot of people that you can count on. Before we didn't have like social security and stuff. So you take care of your father take care of you. And I believe that bond. I believe like people are stopping to have kids and big families because economics are pushing him to not having kids. But that's not good, because money is good, but what does money does to you if you don't have a family to support, if you don't have a community to bring it together? Money is only a tool, and what make you great is the family that you build and your sons and your fathers and all relationships that you have. So I do encourage people to have more family, and because that way we can build a better country, a build community. Because if you have children, you want other people to succeed because they will be around your children in schools and stuff. And people are getting too individualist about themselves. They want to talk about careers and they want to talk about what they like to do. But life is not about that. Life is about being held accountable, right? To do the right things. And I want to have at least three kids, you know. I have one, I want to have 2 more, but who knows? If God sent to me, that I believe, I will be glad.
Yeah, no, and I mean, 1 child is a blessing, but 3, all the best to you. How was it in Brazil? Because something you said there made me think, because in the Western culture, it's very different to a lot of the Eastern cultures. Like next door, our neighbors, they're Filipino. To the left, we have an Indian family, and they still have their parents living in the house with them as they get older. It seems like more Western civilizations, that isn't really how it goes. How was it in Brazil?
For me personally, is everything about economics, right? So what we're living in America right now, the inflation is something that is happening in Brazil for decades and decades and decades. So you can see like a lot of adults still live with the parents, you know, because they don't have money enough to move. So you see, I see people with my age that I train, that I study, they still live with the parents because of the current situation. And that holds them to have a family. And I think that's a huge part of what's happening all over the world. So for me right now, the biggest problem when we talk about that is how the government is growing and how inflation is taking over and destroy economies and destroy families. So when I say Western, I say all over the world, because we live in a global economy. If the dollar goes up, every place goes up. But Brazil suffers a lot with that, and I think people are stopping to have children and big families because of that, because the economics.
Well, it's hard. I mean, life at the moment is tough. And when you talk of inflation, that's not just in the States, it's worldwide. Obviously, I'm English, so I go back to England. I follow the British news there and everything. The interest rates, the inflation, property prices, it's not just out here in America. It's pretty much most of the world, to be honest. The worldwide economy is in a really tough place. And if you're a young man trying to start a family or trying to get your first house, it's almost impossible. It really
almost
is.
Impossible. And that's why I was saying, like, and some people, I think, like I say, I think some people, they want the establishment, people that are living comfortable, don't want people to grow, and they want to this whole thing that some people tell is conspiracy theories, but I do believe there is like a deep state in every country. They don't want to leave. They are there forever. They just want to keep their jobs, and they just want to keep imprinting money and spending money on stuff. One thing that you see a lot on these books, like especially in Austrian economics, that if you subsidize in something, you take money from somebody and give it to another, and that sometimes leads to malinvestments. So we have to make the market be as free as possible, so people can adjust. Because one thing that it does is create inflation, because government can print money. So let's say the banks in America, like last year, they got bailed out. And who is the money? Is our money, because
of course they just print more money. It makes the value
more money. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem.
Everything costs more money. Inflation goes up.
And the house goes up, because people are trying to say this is like a reserve of value, right? The houses, the gold, and all the other actives. So the economy is not in a good place, and I think that's why we're going to see the society degenerate a little bit. So and especially because maybe you don't believe in God, but I believe in God, and I believe in the institution of church, the institution in the meaning that something that worth to live on, and like that for me makes a better society. And people are starting to struggle with that kind of thoughts, and that's why that was my whole speech, because to me, America was built on that, on society, on separation of the state and religion, that people can be free, and people can trade, and people can have private property. But like I say, I'm still learning. 15 years from now, I will have like stronger opinion on that. It's just a topic that I like, because we pay a lot of taxes. You were champion. How many? It's disgusting how much we pay. It's fucking
bro. I live in
crazy.
California. So on top of all the federal tax that I pay, I think it's 13% state tax as well. I pay road tax on my car, sales tax on tax on tax on tax. Everything's tax. But yet the state of the roads by my house, I get on the freeway, I'm getting potholes all the time. So don't get me started.
Yeah, I know. And because they take your money and they say, we know what is good for your money. I'm going to invest you on that. And you don't have the power to control. So politics, now I see they play a huge role in our lives, but we are not teach how to understand that. And they just want us to keep paying money, and being patient about the whole thing in the world. And that's why I'm trying to learn. It starts all with taxes, my brother. Too many taxes on this country.
Yeah, tell me about it. So when we say Renato Money Moicano, this isn't just a catchy nickname for you now. You're going hard on the economics. You're reading books. You're going to be the next Warren Buffett.
No,
taking over the world.
No,
you're causing a revolution. Renato Money Moicano wants the money. He's going to take the money.
No, because to be rich back in the day, if you were a guy that could save money, you'll be rich. But with inflation, that is not really investments, because if you're not making 20% on your investment, you're losing money.
Yeah, money sitting in the bank is very, very stupid, because you're just losing value every single year.
You're losing value. But 30 years ago, you buy a house and you just save money and you're okay, right? The 401k. But now, one friend tell me one thing. What do you think is better, to have a gun or to know how to use a gun? Money is the same. It's better to know how to use money and then have money, because otherwise you're gonna have money and you're gonna spend. So that's why I'm trying to learn about these things, because again, this play a huge role in our lives.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And sadly, that is kind of what makes the world go round. You know what I mean? So you got to know about it. Before we let you go, Harrington, he's our producer. Harrington, we got any quick questions for Renato Money Moicano? And congrats again, buddy. Paddy Pimblett, love the call out. I don't think my producer's here. I think it's just me and you. But listen, brother, thanks for joining us. We've taken up enough of your time. I love that call out. I think you and Paddy makes all the sense in the world. I really do. I think it's a good fight for him because of your ranking. I think he has to fight somebody ranked, and for you, it's a huge name for you to fight and continue building your star. So congrats on the weekend, man. Drew Dober is not an easy person to beat. So congratulations. Hope the eye rests up soon. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Bisping, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, especially because you are a champion. And I just want to ask you one question. Please. Have you ever doubt about yourself being a champion? Because you had some struggles, right? I remember, man, I am a UFC fan. I'm watching all your fights, and I remember you beating Rockhold. Have you ever doubt yourself on being a champ?
It's crazy. The short answer is no. But it's crazy because I stumbled across an old fight of mine a while ago, and I was laid in bed and I watched it on TV. It was like a rerun, UFC Fuel or something, whatever it was. And I watched it, and after the fight, and I knew I had one eye at the time, and I'm on the microphone and I'm screaming, I'm going to be the champ. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I remember lying there in my bed and thinking, where the did this confidence come from? Because to answer your question, the reality is that I never had a doubt in my mind. Right? And I know a lot of people thought I was crazy. They thought I was delusional. They thought I was arrogant. But I knew what I was capable of. My team knew what I was capable of. My wife supported me. And with that support, I knew I'm not going to give up. And yeah, I lost some fights. But every time you lose, and it's a cliche, you get better. You improve. You figure out what went wrong. Maybe the weight cut wasn't correct. I did too much of this in training. I was lifting too much weights. I was running too much, whatever it was. And every time you tweak it, you get a little better, a little better, a little better. So I knew I'd get there in the end. So to answer your question, the answer is no. But having blind confidence isn't just going to do it. It's like I was just talking to somebody else and they were saying, you got to put the work in. Having the work ethic, you got to get out of bed. You got to work your ass off. Be the first one showing up at the gym, the last one to leave, not cutting corners. It's all well and good having confidence and having the confidence to say it out loud to people that I will be a champion, but you've got to work your goddamn ass off because everybody wants to do it, because everybody wants that money.
Yeah. That's excellent. Answer, and that already answered my next question. Well, what should you do to be a champion? Hard work and believe in yourself. That's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I always say everybody has a skill. Everybody's good at something. Right? I figured out my skill was fighting. Your skill is clearly fighting. You know what I mean? So when you figure out what that is, and for us, it's fighting. That's your thing. That's what you're going to ride all the way to the end. You're going to do this until the wheels fall off, or you're going to die trying. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is it. This is your skill. This is your talent. Obviously, you're great on the microphone as well. You've got the YouTube channel. You're expanding your mind. You're reading books. You're doing everything right. You know what I mean? But we want to see you back inside that goddamn octagon. And Renato Money Moicano versus Paddy Pimblett is the one that we want to see going down in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK. And you guys were the first to hear, okay? Thank you so much, Bisping. See you next time, and thank you so much for having me here.
Congrats, brother. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Oof.